Good morning, everyone. How's it? Can you guys hear me? Okay, just a little bit. Hi, KC. What's up? Hi, Simbarashi. Hi, Kelvin. A guy with motion. What's up? What's up? Parokach. What's up? Edmo. What's up? Brian. How's it going? Ah, perfect. I hope the background music isn't too much at the same time. What's up, Elme? How's it? What's going on, everyone? What are we doing? What are we trading? What's up, Tokunda? Keep on killing you, bro. That's the way to go. Of course, every day, any day. Guys, what day are we on of posting every day? What day is it today? What day is it today? I think we're almost done with the posting every day challenge. Why don't you have a try with silver? I just haven't tried it, but we could just try analyze it right now. Let's try see what silver actually looks like. So I'll start with my high time frame, which is the daily. I want you guys to also see how I analyze. So I start with the daily time frame. I try to see what's been going on, so you can see that silver has been buying. Let me just remove all drawings. Okay, so now we can see that on our high time frame it's been buying. Which zones are we looking at? I'm looking at this low and this high over here to try determine my end results. So now if I'm bullish, now I know the target for silver is all the way up here. This is where I want to see silver going. That's where I want to see silver going. Okay, now that we know that, we can now remove this and go to the lower time frames. So I can go to my 4 hour, try see what's been going on the 4 hour. If we come to the 4 hour, you see that with this market structure shift in this zone, let me just look for the appropriate drawing tree. With the market structure shift in this zone, and then after this market structure shift, the market actually traded lower. So with this retracement from this low to this high, and you can see we are trading around the entry zone. So now the calls for us to actually look for a setup in this zone over here. I'm just trying to simplify this as much as possible because it's so simple to do. Then now we go to our lower time frame to try look for an entry in this zone. Do we have a market structure shift in this zone? Yes, we do. Over here, the market came back to retrace here, and now silver is now going up. So if we had a setup on silver, it would look like this. Setup over here, stop loss over here, and our take profit for now short term will be up here like that. That would be our setup on silver. I don't know, is this can people understand this? Is this simple enough? Is this too complicated? You guys let me know. So that's what we'll be looking at on silver, and then we go back to gold. That's what we're currently looking at gold again. Oh yes, definitely. I'm definitely going to be breaking down the gold trade, of course. So this gold trade was pretty simple. Let me just look for a new chart where I could break down the trade for you guys. Okay, so okay, this is another high time frame setup that we're holding here. Okay, maybe not on this chart, another chart. Okay, so with gold, how did we get that setup? So we're in this zone. So let me go to my lower time frame. So as I've told you guys earlier, we are bullish. So on gold, our first zone for buys, we took a loss in here, and then we realized that maybe the market was actually trading from this zone over here or even lower. So with this zone, you come here and you draw your fib. You can see that we're playing around the entry zone, or even if we were to take this other low over here, if we're trading from this low that we made with noise over here, you see how gold perfectly came to the entry zone and rejected on it. So when we see that happen, what we do, we now go on the lower time frame and try see if we're having any reversal signs from the lower time frame. So 15 minutes nothing. Then when we come to 5 minutes, that's when we are going to see that we rejected this zone. Then we came back here, and after we came back there, if you got the 15 minutes, wait, there's just a little trick I want to show you guys. So now you see that on the 5 minutes in this zone though, we made this high, then we went lower, then we traded higher, breaking that. So this gives us a market structure shift, and when we trace into this fair value gap over here, we got our entry. Let me show you this one. The minute we traded into that fair value gap, we got our entry in here, and our stop loss is right below the zone. but this at the same time it still doesn't guarantee that the setup will go up, because we haven't had this market structure shift over here, this one over here. This is something that I'm also waiting on for me to be completely confirmed, and so that I could add more positions. I'll take profits. You could aim for this zone, or this zone. It all depends with which one you prefer. I hope you can understand that. And then what's up, Nkosi Mantla? Tafazo, what's up? Yeah. There's still a possibility gold goes lower, but the cleanest setup that I've seen today all day is this one with silver. Silver is one of the cleanest setups that you ever see. This is really good. I'm very confident silver is high probability. Donna can sell for 49.45. Yeah, it's very possible still. Victoria, cow, you bought your car from which car sale? I want to look for my future car because I know I'm following behind your footsteps. Yeah. There are many car sellers out there. Don't stress too much. When the money is there, the car will come out. You'll find the right car. Yeah. So far today, this is the cleanest setup that I've seen, like the whole day. This has to be the cleanest setup I've seen. Let me actually see where the proper entry is supposed to be. Using candle closures, low to high over here. Okay, so this setup actually has to look like this. I actually made a mistake. It's supposed to be following our strategy. This setup has to look something like this. Entry needs to be by the yellow line. Stop loss needs to be just below this low over here. And then we hold our setup. So we could even have a take profit at TP2 right about here, where a 1:3 would look nice. This was gonna be a very good trade if I'd given the signal, if I'd seen it in time. Also guys, mind you, NFP is approaching. Hi Stoic. Hi Munashi. Hi Mark, how are you? Have I entered into silver? Yeah, but I had a late entry. I would advise any of you guys to enter too. Do you use IPDA? What's that? Yes, I learned from ICT. I just had to now integrate it to fit me, but it's actually also ICT. Hi Raja, I'm probably one of your oldest followers. You're good. But remember, in 2023, there's a time you'd get 5 trades in a day, and that would all bank, and the prime comeback say you're still good. Hi Raja. So to be honest with you, the markets don't move the same. Even like sometime last year, I think it was around April. There's a time the market would present me at least 5 setups a day, and they would all bank. So it's just a matter of season. It's just a matter of season, and I've also gotten into a point where I understand what works for me. I understand what works for me. So I'll give you an example on gold. So let me go back to my gold chart so that you could also try and understand what I'm talking about. So you realize that here we're still holding this trade right from the bottom over here. This one hits TP and this one hits stop loss. So we're in all these profits. This is like 1:3. So when we take one stop loss like this, we're still up and we're holding another trade. So even if this one is to go to stop loss, I know that we're still up. So it's just a matter of understanding your strategy. I could take 5 winning trades in a row, but if I don't understand the system, so for now I'm sticking to this works. Yeah. Then from what did you use for that reversal? Old New York low. I used the Fibonacci. I was looking at certain zones, certain PDR results. Then Paracatch says less is more. That's true, bro. Less is more. That's actually another thing that I've actually realized lately in trading. Less is more. I have so much interest in silver. It looks so good. I have so much interest in silver, you know. So from this zone we're in right now, where could we possibly find retracement to? We could come to sweep this low. So it's either we're coming back to sweep this low before we can continue higher, or we're simply just creating something like this. Let me just see if I can move this for you. Silver actually looks cleaner than gold today, or we're just coming to do something like this before we can continue higher. So it's one of the two. Hi David, how are you? Which prop firms do you encourage? Prop firms, I go for funded next, FTMO, funding pips, those three. I'd say those are the firms that I recommend. How many pairs do you trade? I only trade gold, but you guys told me to analyze silver, and I actually saw something very interesting on silver. But I trade gold. Gold is my specialty. All my superpowers work on gold. Going live or trading is some boss moves. Here's the thing, guys. I think I've just taken off the expectation of being always right, so that allows me to actually go live and trade, take a loss live. That's okay. But when I try to tell you that I win every day, I always make money. Now that's when you have a problem. So we have someone who's asking if I can analyze AUD/USD. Okay. So first things first, we start on the daily time frame. I haven't opened this pair in like a very long time. I don't even know what's going on with this pair. I don't even know what's up with this pair. So the first thing that you do is open the pair, and then now I try to see what's actually going on this daily time frame. So if I'm to mark my recent high that I can see with this high over here, and then this is the low that we are dealing with. More lows that we're dealing with around here. So this is my playground. This is what I'm dealing with. And then now when it comes to analyzing it, so you can see that it's been bullish. We've been bullish. So from the looks of it right now, I'm sort of looking for a reversal short term before we can continue higher. And where is that reversal coming from? It could be coming from this zone or this zone. So I'll just mark out the both possibilities. So it's our low to our high. So we could possibly be sweeping this low first, like this. before we can continue higher. But as of right now, one thing that's for certain is we've determined that our pair as of right now, it's supposed to have a retracement. So now I go into my lower time frame. Let me start with the 4 hour. Let me try and understand what's going on the 4 hour. I try see, did we have a market structure shift? Oh yes, we did. On the 4 hour, with the market structure shift right over here, with the market structure shift. And then we also try to determine what's going on. Where is our entry zone? We draw a fib from the high to the low like this. Then when the market gets to our yellow zone, we execute. So we were supposed to get in for the sell at this zone, and our stop loss is right above this high, like so. And then our take profit is down over here. Actually, to just make it simpler, we could just have a 1:3. You never go wrong with the 1:3. Sometimes there's no point in being all that greedy. So this would have been our AUD/USD setup. I don't know if that analysis satisfies you. But that's what I'd be looking at. Okay, so if you're in a sell position already, then you're good. No, lately I haven't been using dollar index because I just believe that my gold is supposed to buy, so I know that the dollar is supposed to sell, so I don't really use it. One thing that I actually haven't opened in a while, it's Nasdaq. I haven't opened Nasdaq in a very long time. Ooh, and the price section on Nasdaq looks clean. Oh my word, this looks clean. So if you guys can see, we were pretty much consolidating above the zone. And which zone is our low? And our low, we could just use this zone over here. Ooh, this looked amazing, this looked gorgeous. And then we traded above, market structure shift over here. Let me just mark that out for you. Market structure shift, then with our retracement, we take off Fibonacci high to the low. So our entry is supposed to be by the yellow zone, right over here. No, sorry about that. Our entry is supposed to be right over here. Stop loss seems to be right about good. Then our take profit is all the way down here. One into 3 is good enough, or we could just aim for this low over here. As simple as that, you could actually have a very, very high probability trade just by doing that. This could be something that you could have taken. But too bad I wasn't looking at Nasdaq. Hi TFC trader. David asks, how do you control feelings when trading? Sometimes it's just a matter of you understanding that there's really nothing you can do to change where the markets are. There's really nothing you can do, so so you just have to go through it. There's no running away from that. I just stay away from the markets. If I know that I'm in a trade, I just stay away. And you should also realize that most of the time you start getting anxious over a trade, it's because you over leveraged. So in the first place, just don't over leverage, because losses are gonna happen either way. Losses are there, blown accounts are gonna be there. Personally, I blow accounts too, I lose money too, but I also make money at the end of the day. So I think it's pretty much balanced at the end of the day. That's Nasdaq for you guys. Is anyone in the chat who has never blown account before? Hey guys, what activities do you think that we can do on YouTube on these live streams? That'll be fun. I always value you guys' feedback, and I'm actually realizing that this is something I can easily do daily, because I could just do other things whilst I'm streaming, showing you guys my trades. So this is something that I could actually even do on a daily basis. Easily. Yesterday I wasn't on the charts. I took a break yesterday. How did you edit your Fibonacci? Okay, so let me just give you guys here my Fibonacci settings. So make sure that you take a screenshot. These are the Fibonacci tools that I use. I hope everyone got that Fibonacci. But if we were to analyze US 100 on the lower time frame, what would we be seeing? Should we? No, we shouldn't. But I see something good over there. If you're watching and you haven't subscribed, make sure that you hit the subscribe button over there. So right now we're currently managing the $1,000 pool that started yesterday, and it's floating profits. It's floating in profits. Yeah, the markets were very volatile this week. It was crazy business, but I feel like right now the markets are just kind of stabilizing. But beginning of week it was so crazy. If you guys remember, we actually had the winning trade in this zone. And we closed. Oh, we end up closing here. We didn't manage to catch the full high. It looks something like this. Let me just adjust this. Then this trade over here, the one over there, was taken from the last stream that we had. So you can see we're sort of creating some sort of trend line over here, and we're gonna break that very soon. That's why I see right now I'm very confident we'll leave this zone, come around here, come back into the zone to taste this before we can go higher. Hey man, please give me $15. Giveaways are gonna come. Just be patient for that. Giveaways are gonna come. So far this account is moving very well. It's our $1,000 pool. Can you do this? Okay. The one analysis on Bitcoin, so I'll start with my daily time frame to try see what's going on with Bitcoin. Okay, so that's what we're seeing on Bitcoin. This is on the daily time frame. Let me try figure out what's going on the weekly. Oh yeah, definitely I see Bitcoin having a change in market structure over a year, and now it's selling. But selling towards zone, because at the same time, if we were to draw our fib from this low to this high, we'll also realize that we literally just passed the entry zone. So you could get a reversal in here. If you don't get a reversal in here, then we should expect Bitcoin to buy from around here, of which we're in the zone that Bitcoin could possibly start buying from. But this time around, Bitcoin is literally going to go to the moon if it's to buy. I see Bitcoin actually reaching prices like 300k. All the way over here. Yeah, just almost about 300k. So you need to be alert. Yeah, we need to be alert. It's very possible Bitcoin actually buys from here. It's a possibility. The best for me is find it next, of course. Along with your chats, you have your chats. It's a lifestyle, man. Every day is like this, but I actually enjoy this. I would actually be stuck on the chats 24/7. I enjoy looking at the chats. Right now we go back to gold. We try to see what gold has been doing, but gold is bullish, guys. Don't be deceived by anyone out there. Anyone who tries to tell you otherwise, that person is a liar. Gold is bullish. I can't find any strong lows on Bitcoin. The strong we have them though. I guess the ones that I drew on the charts, those ones are very strong, trust me. I'm actually realizing that there are some accounts that I need to trade, that I have some approved that I need to trade. Just executing them. Look at how gold is moving. It's moving wonderfully. What's up, Tando? How's it? How are you doing? What do you continue to do when that's not trade? I'm buying gold off my buying gold off and so if you get some setup being going to take profits 1 month over there, which was yesterday. So I just follow my strategy, man. I don't look for the monthly retracement that you're looking for. I just look for what my strategy allows me to look for. Exactly what okay, so guys, we'll take something like just to solve some tips I gave you guys for this. Yeah. I can be doing a stream and also doing deposit. There's no difference in that does deposits. It's trying to be out. If I deposit, I give you guys the number to contact. I just said what I said regarding mistake. Saying that I don't to get confirmations. So trust me, if you get mixed confirmations, if you try to search me, I don't wait a month. I'm gonna tell you it's gonna buy. So then so yeah, don't mean question. So I follow it doesn't make sense, but the important is my thing. Please let me know. Remain fast forward. Remain fast forward. Everything is better. Remain fast forward. Can you hear me? YouTube bad.
Your worst.
See repetition, hitting maps, create more strength, and you'll see the likely trying to make stronger.
Unhappy life, I'm not possible to what happens. I can't change the past. I'm not going to spend a second worrying about it. I'm going to become so busy working on my future, my goals, that I don't have time to think about the past.
That it is useful for being position that you're in. Taking full control.
Yeah, go to visit that. The liquidity, I've been invitation.
In sync this fall, there are also 2 steps of progress because it's my analysis, which means it's my responsibility, my action. Anybody else, all his uses is you are the result of why you are here today.
Winners never quit. And quitters never win. It's not the win strength, it's their willpower. Get up and try again, long after everyone else has left.
It all starts who you are. Who you are is more important than you, because who you are is character. And character is an accumulation of your thoughts, your priorities, your basis. So those 3 determine you make, and pushes you make it who you are.
The capital death, the world called butterfly, and that's just so. The pursuit of not responding. Design. Champion find a way to make it happen, no matter how long it takes. They find a way. Don't be ashamed to say you're nervous. Find a way. You get afraid.
You thought just gonna dream in the goal, which is gonna help you just walk into the sunset. It don't work like that. You have a dream, and then life pumps you. Life pumps you and say, do you really want this? It's a part of it, but I ain't too much. My greatest moments didn't come from my greatest moments. My greatest moments came from my greatest defeats. Because it was during my defeat that I had to find a way to get back up.
Coming up to the mentor, yeah, I did multiple on YouTube. Like I mentioned, I just looked at so many people.
Because we know that saying our own is going to hurt. It's going to bring a lot of regrets. It's going to bring a lot of missed experiences, a lot of opportunities, a lot of love, a lot of finance. It takes every direction that you want to be in. Because what that creates, you got to change your life. You got to. That's part of the process. Into the person that can sustain everything that John did. It came over with it. If it came you through project, you're not going to work you take into a set. It will not work anyway.
Isn't going past your current level. New levels. That's not hard. Part of life. You had to do and you didn't achieve everything you wanted to do. There are pockets you could have. Now all that's left is your self-esteem. Wow, I'm good. And when you think I will restrict my feet to the ways, share the message and you must go back to it. Letting all you know so that the new folk. So to make yourself. Just like this, you make your listen to it. The impact something doesn't. It's so much. They need something good.
There's never the right time. The stars are never going to work. You have to just decide to change, do it, place myself, see how they do it. Almost like you in a house, when does the jump water, fear on the fly? Sun off,
That's not be more guards. That's not be up in the world. How it was down in the morning. And that's won't be able to go by.
I mean, going in the right direction, going in the direction, and pushes and you know, I don't listen.
Make a decision when you're in the valley. Always remember that. It'll make a lot of decisions now. Oftentimes, at host, we go through that decision. Something's tough. We make a permanent decision over temporary condition. We make a permanent decision when in the valley.
There is no honor who is like you. You're the only person who everyone has internalized gains, and that song in your heart belongs to you, and you know, and all that because it's precious. And every voice is worth hearing. So whatever story you have, they want to say, keep close and hold it in the true mind.
Happiness and success is faithful for every last one. But I'll tell you what you don't have to do. You have to make money. You have to change. Some people listen just for people right here. Ain't no different. I got no more than that. God didn't say anything though. But you have got to change mindset.
If you want to become the best version of who you want to be, risk is here.
Whatever you probably do it, but all you gotta do is do what I do. Do I know what if I believe in what I'm doing? You can be a process of what you do, I mean, can you commit to it? This opposition, this adversity, because you commit to it in the midst of opposition, in the midst of adversity, now you can believe in it. So when it doesn't play in your face, you can do it, and you know what you do. You know what you do, man.
Tricks and tools. You can always go beyond anything to that job. You know action. You always been what you do. And so you find new breakthroughs from practice, you'll get better and better.
In other words, you are a risk ship.
You are over your power. You are living the currents of life. So you should determine how you feel, how you think, what you experience.
I think believing in a real version of you, exactly who you want to be, and then ruthlessly looking at the discrepancy between the pittance of a human that you are now compared to that man or that woman, and then step by step breaking down the many differences and starting on the first one and pulling the thread.
The idea that self-love is holding yourself to a higher standard than anyone else does. You believing in you more than else does.
No matter what we go through, you're still matter, we're still significant. You must remember who you are and whose you are. Don't let them rock you in your belief when you be blessed. You are who I am.
Move on. Straight up. Move down.
Lord, and when I get you eyes, I'm for me. You will not join me. So here's somebody. You will not. You will not bow. You must go. It's about you. It's a step. It's a movie. Come on.
Whole life switch. Certain seasons like this is for you just got right. Those things are necessary for you to grow and from your experiences. So one day you can go back when somebody else is going through something and be true.
But in terms of you framing sense as saying, I am comfortable in that I must find out is the biggest failure that I can imagine. Because you say I'm good enough and good. You can say I'm good enough in my current state of work that I put into it. I could be better. You can accept that the work you have and creating you, but you do exactly create. You don't be not talking that you need out. People actually try and find something that you has, like, but it's not that at all. It's somewhere else has to
Maybe your life is harder right now, but your calling is so much harder.
I'd rather you say you were saints, not on the moon, but stars. Because in the process of shooting for the stars, you will hit the moon, guaranteed. In the process of shooting for the moon, you can hit nothing. The real message we all started from knowing.
We all had bullshit jobs. We all felt like losers. And through time and effort, build strong people, build strong, accomplish, build, and momentum, and then back and then
But none of your gifts are exposed for, and you can tell what you were made for.
to succeed, you must fail. And failure is all these are things. It's all the success is your life. This is something. This is for your hard day. Relation and answer. What is the survey? You don't reveal how within you have the physical survey. I want to be. Like you want everything. More people die. More suffer. More evil will be unconstrained. More tyranny will reign. More chaos will reign. Chaos will be all that.
One of the most damaging things that any human can do is set things and do things. It's impossible for human to have control over your destiny. Some people that are in that point, well, how to do what I do, you kind of have to figure out one way to find a thing and keep at it and get at it.
Deep is the dungeon of self. What are you leaving? What are you afraid? That's why I kept on waiting for it. More times.
But not really, I want more theatrical. That's a first one. And that's our feedback when you go on that. And it goes,
I wish for them to realize all these that they can make complete. And he's talking about the dream areas. JP, they want to know if they want to make friends. We have that in realize this isn't what I want. I don't feel complete now.
We want to make your history, leave God gave you breath. That's right. You have to use power and something. And as long as you believe, as long as you believe, that's your power to bring it.
I'm right here. You know, that's before they say every single day, more conversation.
Failure is an ancient machine on there. You actually said it was about life and it was more efficiency. Nobody knows their native identity, flexibility, not basically as all on all level, or the internal problem, and then you need to work less in order to review so they can execute better progress.
Before the statement, you're going to speak out the same thing and yourself.
I'll take away the forward.
That you want to find peace in yourself, self-understanding, self-knowledge, self-esteem, all those things are found only through sacrifice, getting uncomfortable, reevaluating what your normal is, and putting yourself in situations that you don't want to do.
Yeah, besides to change those circumstances, every might do. As long as you have desire to change those circumstances, that's just right here. Have a will to change it.
Comes a lot more to you. You don't have time to say no. You don't have time to think to do it. The only time you have is to act, to take the leap of faith, and believe the thing you are.
Give it a dive. Let you try to reach your full potential.
Hopelessness is a state of mind. Don't live in her life. Hopeless. I will. Believe. And never make. Not before you get your dream. Not your dream. At least you finish it. No setting. Say, oh, come on. Let's go now.
You want it at any time. Right? That's why some every level about lots of man's doors. You're trying to come and go and great and new aspirations, but you're operating from the mental. And so when you say the software updated when first I met people interested, is it updated?
You can't know who you know. You can't know who yourself is if you don't something. And how like around you is. And doesn't come along you.
So it's up to postpone what happened. If you want the conversation you get done, that you get done. And postponing, enjoy the happiness and peace, which I feel is a big statement. Enjoy the moment and all that it entails, the totality of it. Enjoy all that comes with it.